But why press handstand is probably the most important skill that will take your calisthenics to another level. Did you notice how in most of these amazing calisthenic skills it's not so hard to go down? The real problem that you have to solve is somehow to move yourself up. And this is the thing number one. Thing number two, let's say you can do some pull-ups, handstand, L-sit, great. But you ask yourself, how can I reach a new level? And press handstand is the bridge in between of the stair right now and a more advanced one. For example, you can do L-sit, you can do handstands. How to connect them? I think you already know the answer. Learning that will open so many doors for you, and I want with that video to help you. I want to provide a guideline with subsequential steps where you'll understand what you have to do and for how long. But there is one very important thing to say. This skill requires weeks and probably months of training. And if that makes you upset, are you sure that you want to do calisthenics? If you don't like the process of learning something new, what is the point to be on that path? In my opinion, it's not about what you can do, but how you get to the point that you can do that. So that's why don't be so obsessed with achieving goals. Just enjoy the journey, and trust me, you'll learn much more from that attitude. Now, let's jump to our practice. First of all, of course, warm up your wrist. Doesn't matter are you beginner or pro, wrist warm up, which means some stretching, fortifying movements, is golden rule for you. Don't start any calisthenic training without that. Below that, add some shoulders mobility exercises. Here are some of them which I usually do. Now, I would like to explain the difference between two main variations of press handstand. The first one is the overweight technique, which I believe is more beginner friendly. The key here is that you have to move your shoulders forward more than usual in order to overweight with your torso. At some point your legs will lift off from the floor. Here you have to engage your abs and to move your legs upward. It might sound easy in theory, but in practice of course it wouldn't be. Our progression will include practice with wall and abs routine. First of all, watch the exercises to understand the program at the end. Let's start with the abs part, which includes some static and dynamic movements. But don't worry thinking that you need 10 of these exercises. What I did was L-sit, which I think deserves a special video. Static pose include beginner variation and intermediate variation. Dynamic contain bending your knee toward your chest and extend them back. One leg bent, other is straight, and then switch. Static legs hold. Static progression, you can place some additional weight on your legs. Dynamic are small flutter kicks. Press preparation. You just get into the planche position and then slowly move your legs toward yourself using your core, as if you're getting ready to lift them up. Seated leg raises, which is not only about your abs but also your hips mobility. If you feel lack of the last one, do some yoga before your workout session. Variations are one leg up and both of them. And that's all. Probably someone will fulfill this list with other exercises, but I emphasized what I did and was enough for me. Now let's move forward toward your wall. Progression number 1. Position yourself against the wall, but keep your shoulders a bit farther than usual. Place the crown of your head on the wall and rely on it. After, through round move, you slowly bring your legs down. The second progression is completely reverse, where we'll work on the moment of moving up. Move your shoulders forward while keeping your elbows straight and place the crown of your head against the wall. Find that moment when your legs stick out and engage your abs to the maximum, trying to raise your legs. Even if at the start you might bend your knee, it's not a problem, you can correct it later. The most important thing is to develop the ability to move your legs upward. I can't give you the exact amount of time it will take to perform the full movement, but my recommendation is to spend at least 10-14 days on each progression. Mix it with abs routine before attempting it without the wall. And our program for overweight technique: 2 weeks, 1 day training, 1 day off. Go through all of these rounds and then repeat this entire routine one more time. Try to increase the number of reps by 1-2 units every 2 sessions, in static hold with 1-2 seconds. For next 2 weeks, do the same program, only add the second progression at the start. The more advanced variation include more shoulders activity. I want to offer some motivation based on my personal experience. At the beginning it will be very challenging and you may feel quite weak, thinking it's not for you. However, as always, remember my words: persistency beats everything. Eventually you'll reach a point where you realize it was well worth it. So don't worry, your results are just delayed. Like in the previous variation, first of all I'll show you the progression and then we'll combine it in one program. Crown pose. It's not the cornerstone of the press handstand, but it's a good starting point. Set your kneecap against your triceps. Don't jump, that's a mistake and you'll fall. It's a balancing asana. Look forward and move your shoulders forward and down to achieve a 90-degree angle or something close. At one moment your legs will lift from the floor without even trying. Why? It's due to the body weight distribution. Keep yourself here for 10-15 seconds. We can't talk about press handstand without Pike push-ups. I think we actually can talk about calisthenics without them. The same rule is applicable here. Move your shoulders forward and down simultaneously. Your elbows are looking behind for a 90-degree, not to the side. There are 2 variations: on the floor on your wrists and parallels, and the second one on your bed or something higher. Inhale when you go down and exhale when you move up. Spread your fingers and keep your core engaged. The negative hold. The negative hold, which I believe is underrated as an exercise. Why do I think so? You'll have moments like this when you can't ascend and you also don't want to fall. So a negative hold is great for fortifying this pause moment and giving you some time to find your strength to complete the movement. How to train that? Well, it's very simple. Beginner variation is from the floor Pike push-up start position. You go forward and down and just hold yourself. Intermediate is having your legs on something higher. And advanced is from handstand. I'll recommend you train that after Pike push-ups routine. Now we can work on something that is starting to look like a press handstand. From Pike push-up start position, you bend a little bit your elbows and with a small jump you press yourself up. There is no necessity to hold the handstand after, we practice only the press part. The combination of everything that we wore before brings us to the first accomplishment, the previous progression only without jump. You use your core to pull up your legs and then your shoulders to complete the movement. When you'll get to that point, you can be proud of yourself, because everything next just will polish your form. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the press handstand. Weak, but press handstand. From the crown pose, you move yourself up to the handstand and come back. I honestly don't have any additional commentary, just that. You can try with parallels first because in my opinion there is more control, and with wrists after. But put something soft as a pillow, for example, because I don't want to lie, there is a probability of falling down. That's why have some insurance. If you get here, be proud not because of your press handstand, but the persistency that you got. Press handstand is a testament of your work ethic and dedication to evolve. So the progression is to press with straight legs. Here you'll need abs. Don't forget that your legs weight are an average 18% from your entire body weight. So it's all about your core, negative hold is must have here, and only in the last moment you press into the handstand. During the first 2 weeks, focus solely on adapting your body to the new pressure. However, starting from the third week, you can repeat the entire routine once more for the following 2 weeks. In summary, train for not less than 1 month. Don't rush. Your results will not escape you if you proceed slowly. Enjoy the process. For the following month, you can incorporate progression number 4, which means jumping to the press handstand. Perform this exercise straight after your warm-up for around 8 reps. Once you finish it, your Pike push-ups, experiment further. Engage in diverse attempts. There are no specific rules for them. Practice under different moods, enabling you to perform not only on your best days, but also when you feel so-so or tired. Let's recapitulate the general idea. For the first month, work on the overweight technique. For next 2 months, work on more advanced press handstand variation. But I want to say that I share the general program. The more farther you go, you can allow to yourself to experiment with the exercises, their ordinance, and of course the schedule. So in summation, we have at least 3 months of work, and please, before you'll say 3 months, yes, and probably even more. If you want to be a professional one, we talk about years, not months. If you will achieve everything like that or very quick, you'll not feel the taste of the final prize of your trophy. But when you get to the point when you recall all of these days of hard work, of practice, of dedication and fails and conclusions, and finally get what you dreamed on, it's completely different feeling. Completely. These are my 9 months of calisthenics achievements, and honestly I'm kinda proud with them, but I know that I have so much work to do. And you know what? I'm excited. I'm telling you sincerely, if I'll have a chance right now to snap my fingers and to be the best calisthenic athlete in the world, I'll not do that. What is the point? It's pointless. How I can enjoy the prize that I didn't deserve? How I can enjoy the result that I didn't work for? I think the more investments and the more involved you are in your own craft, the more pleasant will be the taste of your final accomplishment. That's why numbers like 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5, they don't scare me. And this is the value that I try to provide. I don't want to be one of these, step-by-step tutorial channels. No. It's all about my journey in hope that I'll help you to found your own. My name is Sasha Luvr, and welcome.